Welcome to part 14, the deadly Inquisition of an agent. So, a good agency have extremely expensive agency in their school and in their success for what they are doing, what they do. The problem is that these agents are not get handled as a 100% actor. You can maybe think that a Black Ops can get handled as a 100% actor in a military operation, but you cannot 100% act on it that he will success. There is come the high risk in secret agencies. What I believe in governments are often wrong get charged. Agents on the high levels are, from my opinion, high risk investment trading. This is meaning that the trading what you handle with an agent can be extremely high, but the agent cannot use it versus yourself. So it means so higher his traded, the risk comes that he is getting change into position that what you are doing is wrong. Or he get traded in a position what you are doing is wrong when you are not paid enough. Or his brainwash was not effective enough for it. So there is the possibility that the agencies of victims are more efficient in their opinion as the regular agencies. This is not directly so, but it gives agents a really high position to change on their own will. So they are not directly bound on their job as itself, right? They are they have the risk, as example, to get executed in a outside country. As example, what makes the job to a high risk job, and this is the first step in the situation that they are high risk handles, and they use this position also for their own interests. And the situation is so that this is one of the reasons why the world is how she is in their situation. But the good thing is, actually, it's more stable as to other times. So it's mean in the Clinton era and in the Bush era was a totally different situation as today it is, right? So today it is so that agencies highly handled in risk funds. It's mean that like Snowden or Lemming, they are actually high risk handles. They doing high risk deal handles in a global condition like Inselbegabung, right? So they work not on a terrain in the intern effect on the own countries directly. So there are some parts they work in the intern part, and there are some parts they work in the extern parts. And in the situation today, there are highly more in risk acts as before 20 years. This is what I believe. It's get a change all around, and it is in first not a bad situation. So there is a difference between espionage and the job of an agent. So the job of the agent is anti-terrorism, anti-crime, and investigation. And anti-war also, and anti-drug. In specific kinds also anti-drug and then next healthcare and human rights also. And the spy is a totally different job. The spy is here to find information, secret informations about weapons, about how say this, about secrets in production and all that stuff. So these are totally two different things, right? And I think it's actually on a good way and not on a bad way. But it's not confirmed actually. So there are even exist big parts. It is that this what USA mess a lot with the slogan USA first. We make USA great again, and then this political slogans. This is for a lot of agencies. Is this one of the important messages? Because it is giving a sign that this kind of espionage and this Cold War situation is pre-existing. I mean, this Cold War situation is a permanently existing situation between every country. So you cannot sending, as example, French agents into USA and say these are CIA agents when they are from Interpol or something. This is not in this kind directly works. So there are ever these blockades. The problem is that the investigative espionage is work in a handshake when it's go about to dealing information what are stole. And there it is actually so that the global affinity of agents are in anti-terrorism and so on are get a little bit better as before, but they are even mess with the Cold War accident. I mean this, so it's this kind, right? So there is, it's ever risky because one agent drops out of the line is for can doing a lot of good stuff, but can also creating intense damage. And this is, I think, what a lot have to do also with brainwash and a lot of money in end effects. So there is a lot of money inside, and to pay them that they play good, it have to do with brainwash or massive payments. And it is even critical. So you have no idea what will happen from what, right? And there is really a good I'll say this. A good choice is a massive win for the planet. And a little wrong step can destroy all that in a few seconds. Right? It's like war machine, right? When the war machine goes on, then it's horrible, right? So what I think in Ukraine, in the case of Ukraine actually, and also ever in the case of Gaza, so not ever but often, is the infiltration from Hezbollah and Hamas in Europe. So how they become their jobs in government. And the other is the black market from Ukraine. And these two cases are actually in work, but we see that it's bounced with a lot of trouble. So Ukraine, extremely high brainwash from Ukraine, spent over all the medias, what is absolutely unbelievable. So Ukraine is so intense into the black market, invited, that they can control near any medias all over the world for their own will. This is horrible. And nobody let Russia invest this situation for themselves. This is horrible. Because Russia knows exactly best in that region what has happened with Ukraine. And this mass psychological media attacks for Ukraine is an absolutely disaster. They control near any media channel for their own will. So they are like masters of black marketing, brainwash. And the same is also in Gaza, also Palestine, where the Hamas have a big part of racistic and antisocial propaganda machinery versus Yavish versus Israel also. And they can act with a really hard terror strike, killing peoples with terror attack, kidnapped peoples in the terror attack, and they become from medias, from peoples around the world for this a positive answer. And that's all stuff that's just unbelievable. And the problem is that the agencies work on two different states. So in the agencies they have the anti-terror and the anti-crime investigation, and on the other side they have the spy. So you can spy in anti-crime and anti-terrorism, and you can spy in stealing informations for profit, for money, for trading, whatever, right, in this kind. And there you see the split. So who is spied and trading information for money? They are on the side on Ukraine. This is my opinion. And this was with Palestine and the Hamas is a it's I'm not an Israeli, right? I cannot really recognize the problem as itself. I think it is a how say that, it is a religion. It is the old religion. It is an old religion problem. This is what I think. So I do not understand why this Hamas and Hezbollah and all that hate the Israeli uh, the Israelis, or why they acting as terrorists, or why this conflict is not stopped. Why there is or was no peace in perspective. What is holding, or what is get on. And I'm get growing up also with fascism, with Nazis ideology, not in my own family, not only there. It is ideology ever was also present in my childhood and in my school time, and I was never stand for it. But the brainwash about it was a persistent problem, and I cannot recognize why this happened, but it is exist. And I think it have also to do with this with a kind of a with a agitation. I don't know it is the correct word, agitation. I have sometimes words change their abilities on Google. I don't know why, but I mean it's an agitation. It's meaning it is to left the focus from some things to put it on different things. I'm not versus Israel. I'm absolutely for Israel. So I think a lot of what Hamas and Hezbollah and the fascistic. So first, Palestina. I never see Palestina as a fascistic or terroristic folk. This is Hamas and Hezbollah and these peoples, these terrorists. This is not the same. There are this old how say this, nomad. This nomadic folks get from one point to other and then come back, and so this. I think this have to do with this nomadic lifestyle. Also, there happened in this region, in this Arabic regions, where that this it seems like Indiana versus cowboys and that stuff. It is something near like the same, but not that Israelis are cowboys. It is more that they have different beliefs in religion. I think this is the case. I don't know exactly what it is. But in the calculation, I can see, in my opinion, that Ukraine is a absolutely monster in media machine. Absolutely monster. That's unbelievable. And I have absolutely no idea why the recognition, why the response from globally is so big. And what does have to do with Hamas and Hezbollah? I think there are. I think the government is it, it is like a cancer, right? Because the trick is that the people's even like have to more and more and more, and this makes for terroristic organizations very easy to infiltrate the government on different ways. And especially when you have a government, when you say, ah, this is a conspiracy, and they say it's forbidden to say it is a conspiracy. Conspiracies don't exist. Then it is more easy for them to infiltrate all, and that have found their kind of existence in the fascistic think-wise. And this is really tragic, right? Or not right. You can say no, this have not. I don't know, but I think it have into the fascistic. Not because the right arm say no, we don't want to have Turkish peoples, or no, we don't want to have this peoples from there and this peoples from. We don't want to have this. This is not what I'm talking about. The left and the right in politics. The problem is the will to make more money, right? So the problem is not the problem get not lost when you say we don't want to have these peoples from there and we don't want to have these peoples from there. The fallout becomes in that situation where the peoples like to have more, right? And this has then again to do with the espionage, right? Where the espionage is the intern crisis for existence and have to be exist to help versus to get under in the fight for existence, in the existence fight. There they come with the espionage part again, right? It's so agents have really big possibility to make a lot of good stuff on their own knowledge and how they get traded or how they can act in a peace act, right? And then the other side, right, where you don't know it is spy, it's get just for stealing information, right? It's ever critical. Yeah. I think be an agent is really hard because you are often have simply no option to do anything because you can directly destroy your ability to do anything. When you do something wrong and you fall out in other agencies or you fall out in internal agency where you are from, you can so much destroy when you are not doing what is the will of the other, and so on and so on. I think it's really hard.